This one here is for our providers. This one here is for our providers in Drop Nation. Hey, you came over here for the information, hit the back door, man. We over here for the vibration. You came over here to, you know what I'm saying, throw some confusion in the air, man, to tell us how much you dislike our flow, man. Hit that dislike and get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm only here for the real ones. This the fourth wave, man. It's all happening. My sister Renata, she gonna make sure it's all happening, man. And I appreciate you so much, Aqua. You done so much for our flow. You supported so much. She always sends me my supply of this beautiful hair slime, flaxseed hair slime. It smells great. It rejuvenates the flow and the locks, man. So I got it on right now. She got a mist spray, like a mist. All I can say, like a beautiful mist. And Chef Candy loves it, man. My daughter uses it all the time, man. So Ahab Aqua Banana. She also makes beautiful princess skirts, man. Go support her. Go support her. I'll leave the link below. You can get it right here in the drop shop. You can, connect right there. You can also go right to her site, renanasflaxseedhairslime.com. And both links are below. You can hit her up on IG at Renana_Israel. Renana_Israel. You got the number. Holla at my sister, man. Holla at my beautiful sister, man. She got that healthy hair flow, man. This is what we do it for, man. Support indigenous business, man. Support the flow, man. The drop shop is all happening, man. It's coming back even stronger. We got so much to add to it. And just keep the water flowing, man. That's all we doing, man. Just like y'all doing. Hey, this flow right here is for the vibration. This is for the real ones, man. Free Phoenix. Free Phoenix. Free Phoenix, man. Free the big homie Phoenix. If you don't know about it, you better ask somebody. Phoenix. Love to Jonathan Hebrew Prince. He dropped that Hebrew lexicon a while back with the word Phoenix in the Hebrew lexicon and how it connected to the Negro. And it literally said Phoenix the Negro, man. We said there's something real special about this Phoenix. We could be talking Eleazar, Khan, son of Eleazar. You know how we flow. We surfing the waves, so Ahab to the bro Philip Parham. He dropped a great reminder that got me digging. He got me digging on some great drop, man. All the wave surfers throughout the years have been dropping. We've done our best to archive, some of it, not even most of it, man. It's been so much drop. All right, man. Let me get my tea, man. We flowing, man. We've archived so much drop, man, from our sisters and from our brothers, man. So, love to the family throughout the years, man. The brothers, the sisters throughout the years that have gone into, what it is, popping at 432thedrop.com, where we have categories and flow, and, secret drop and health drop and tech drop, technology drop, word drop, seed drop, man, whatever the drop is, music, drop videos, drop artists, all happening at 432thedrop.com. And this is why, because it's all connected. Some drop that we might have dropped years ago, you make sure you bring it back up, man. Moby Dick, Whales, Phoenix. All right, so we're going to be talking, man, about, I'm going to throw out the thesis. Again, this is our investigation. This is our classroom, man. We're not here to hear your conclusion. Just get out of our way. We're just sparking off. You know what I'm saying? We're just popping off. Get out of our way. Fall back. You ain't got to be here. You can listen. It's all good. You see the real ones popping off. Get out of our way. We're crystallizing. Wow. How y'all reeling, man? How y'all reeling? Nah, man, I know how you feeling, but how is you reeling, man? How you really reeling? You going through a hard time? You going through some things? Good for you. Good for you, because that's how Hawaii intends for it to be. Good for you, man. Let's go. Wow. So yeah, man, we're going to be talking about the connection with this Moby Dick, Go back to some great recon by the sister Larissa, Ahab, Aqua, you know what I mean? And, go into that Mocha dick, scenario, you know what I mean, a little bit. Read up on Jonah and the dragon, the whale, you know what I'm saying? See how this whale or this fish, really we're going to dig on this fish situation, Is a fish a fish? We're going to talk about it. We chilling, we falling back. Great comment here by Philip Parham II, Moby Dick, whales, Phineas. Are we talking wing-feathered rainbow serpents, huh? Or are we talking Quetzals and Coholtos, or Quetzalcoatl? Are we talking Acadia, Antarctica, Australia? Are we saying choose your Joshua, Alan, what's that, the Yodhe, Wave, Allah, Hawa, all right, Allah, Hawa. Nice and easy, man. Nah, so great. It's great to put all that he put in those few lines right there. It's truly a dedicated wave surfer, man. You know what I'm saying? He's connecting all this recon. And this is how beautiful it is when it connects. Man, I want to give a shout out to the bro, Sirius Black, man. The fan Sirius Black had a great comment on IG. Let me pull it up right quick. And he's connecting this Akkadian green dragon, this Acadia to Akkad or Akkadian or Akkadian Empire that they say is in Mesopotamia, but is Mesopotamia just Mesoamerica? Love to the bro, EDU is life, man. Another great wave surfer. Hit him up on IG, EDU is life. But shout out to us, Sirius Black _87. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I could pull this up right quick on this bro. Because he actually had a nice breakdown on it, and it's definitely worth surfing the wave. If you got some drop, you know what I'm saying, hit us up 432thedrop.com. And, I'll make sure I get to it for sure. And if it takes me months, I'm sorry. I'm definitely going to get back. But I appreciate it because, whenever you drop it, it's going to hit me at the right time, man. It's going to, spark off something, in real time for us. So don't worry about the time. It's only the wave, man. But yeah, shout out to the bro, Kev G. And he had reposted one of these drops that we did on IG. I just want to read this piece of it right here. We were talking about the Akkadian green dragon. He said the Acadia might be the Akkad, Akkad, or Akkadian Empire that is the first empire to arise out of Mesopotamia. Or are we talking Mesoamerica, huh? Let's go. Which they teach is in the Middle East on the wrong side of the world. And a number of them know this. Acadia was allegedly a French colony in the present-day northeastern U.S. and Quebec. Okay. The more you know. Shout out Sirius Black _89. Okay. All right. We're going to be shouting out a lot of the wave surfers on IG and, right here on the tube, man, because all y'all, it's all one flow, one classroom, no matter how you getting it, you know what I'm saying? You can be getting it on the satellite, or you could be sitting right here, man, you know what I'm saying? Right here in the back of the class, man. It's all good. You here, and I appreciate y'all for being here. So, we're going to try to tie all this together with this Fort Tryon, what I want to start with. Do y'all remember this drop about the year of the green dragon? We dropped it last year, almost a year ago, 2024. Now, pay attention to this 2024. Remember that 2024 eclipse situation? Make sure I pull that up before I forget. We were talking about the Great American Eclipse, and then I did the crisscross. What was that, 2000? Let's get it right here. Great American Eclipse. And I know it's crisscross in 2024. Here we go. Let's dig on it. Because there's something about this 2024 situation. We're getting that it's the year of the green, or the wood dragon, right? The wood is the green dragon. So now look at this. Here we go. All right. So you got a solar eclipse. It says 2023 total solar eclipse 2024. Although it's been as long as a long 38 years since the last U.S. total solar eclipse before 2017. Right, so it did that Chris right there, that Chris, and now it's doing that cross. That tau. We just talking the tau, the mark, the sign. Ain't that the tau in Hebrew? Ain't we talking the tau, my nugget? Just look at the last letter in the Hebrew is the tau. The tau means the mark, the sign, the monument. And look how it's crossing right in Texas, though, man. He's talking about Texas, right around, Mexico, Michoacan, Mocha. And we're talking about the crossing over, like in Exodus, right around Texas. Exodus around Texas. We're talking the Mexico, Mocha. Totally first touches Mexico. Enters the U.S. state at Texas. Cuts the diagonal to Maine, like Mananane, like Danane. Come on, man. And visits the maritime province of Canada. Come on, man. Come on, man. So this is going to be the path. Look how it just slices right through Texas, Mexico, right? So, they say that perhaps the last time, it did the crisscross, however long ago, was it a time that sort of put us to sleep? And is this sort of a time that's, the final, mark, man, to awaken the Naga for real, for real. You can go ahead and have your theory, man. Feel free. Like, don't feel ever like you shouldn't have a theory. You know what I'm saying? They've been throwing theories and trying to brainwash us with theories this whole time. So let's, stay focused on this 2024. Let's go. I'm just surfing away. So we did this drop. Year of the Green Tree Dragon, right? Rise of Phoenix, Great American Eclipse. Okay. And we had some links we pulled up in here, just to do a refresh. We looked at this Chinese horoscope, just pretty much a, mundane, horoscope situation, sunsign.org, but Chinese horoscope 2024. Okay. Sun Signs has come out with the Chinese horoscope 2024 for the year of the what? Greenwood Dragon, man. Free Phoenix, man. Hold up, man. Where's the homie Phoenix at? Phoenix, shouldn't be too far away, man. We should always have him ready to pop off, man. Pop off at all times, man. Speaking of popping off, man, make sure y'all hit me up with these tribe up forums. We're going to start doing all this gathering of information, sharing information with those that want information shared with them. But anytime you want to inquire about the tribal forums, or if we ever put up different, other information or different forums, just make it a habit to, come by 432thedrop.com and just click this pop-up window right here. This is anything popping up is about to pop off, man. So we're going to use this as the pop-off window. It says pop up, but we really popping off right there. You know what I'm saying? So on the mobile, you'll see 3 icons on the bottom. And the one that looks like this, right in the middle on the mobile, on your cell phone, just click that one. That's the pop up, and that's gonna let you know what's popping off. Right now, we got the tribe up forms popping off, man. Hey, everybody that's hit me off with it, and no, this one doesn't have the locations. We just are gonna do a little survey, you know what I'm saying, to those that have signed up. Maybe we'll do like a little trivia to make sure y'all hijack free. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna ask you stuff like who's Prester John. see see how you reply, and then we'll know, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with that situation. Maybe, man. I think that'd be dope. You know, I'm gonna give it my aquas, man. We're gonna figure this out, man. But yeah. You know, look out for that. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be needing you to rep in your city, rep in your hood. So, you know what I'm saying, look out for that, man. Anybody ready to step up, make sure you email me, music@432thedrop.com. Just say I'm hitting you up about the tribal forums. I want to step up. I want to be the rep in my city, in my area, or one of the reps, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, let's go. Let's pop this off, man. Safe cities, man. Safe cities, man. Let's go. We popping off, man. Free Phineas, man. The year of the green tree dragon. Is that Phineas's release date? Is that why it's crisscrossing popping off? What's up with this crisscross applesauce, man? What's up with this mark, this sign, this tile in the sky? I mean, we hope it pops off before 2024. But maybe this is just, you know, hey, you know, signs, right? Signs to pay attention to. That's all we saying. So when we talk about tribing up on our tribe up forums and safe cities, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about being ready for whatever's coming. At least by 2024, man, we should be ready. Allah, at least. If we can do it before that, we'll do it. But if by 2024 we able to put up a few shelters, man, in a few places, we've done our job, Drop Nation. We can fall back and just, you know, breathe. Wow. Allah. See, green, this tree dragon, this Akkadian green dragon is popping off all over the coast, man. This is the habitat of the Akkadian green dragon. Historical range, present range. So they used to have all this on lock, right? New York, look at this. Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine. Oh, man, it's popping off in Maine. That was a big spot, right? Nova Scotia, all that. And then the current or present range is pretty much right around that Nova Scotia, Maine, Bar Harbor situation. So they kind of ran them out, kind of narrowed them down, man. We're just talking Phineas, right? All right, let's go back right quick. We're just talking about the year of the dragon. Remember, Phineas is in captivity. This is from the, yeah, man. And again, Akkadian. Talking about the Akkadian Empire. Love the series Black. Just so you are, just so you know. Warning for dragon enthusiasts. Dragons are not pets. The expeditions and adventures described in this book have been performed under the guidance of trained observers, experts, and draconologists. My naga, I didn't know there was a such thing called a draconologist, but I guess these are folks that dig on Drakans. So, hey, by default, we're all draconologists, my nagas. Anybody asking you, what do you do? I'm a draconologist. That's going to fuck them up. That's going to fuck them. Did you go to school for that? I didn't know I needed to. I'm a draconologist. I study dragons and shit. They be like, God, okay, all right. Either they're going to be hella excited and want to talk to you about dragons, or you're going to be scared as hell, right? So that's a good way to test somebody's frequency, man. See what that fear looking like. They say dragons are pets, but, we did have them popping off with us, right? We're going to get that. Prester John Legend and his sources love to tie battle for the PDF. Dragons are not pets. The expeditions and adventures described in this book have been performed under the guidance of trained observers, experts, draconologists. The author encourages all readers to be forewarned that dragons are extremely dangerous and unpredictable animals that should never be approached or harassed. Does it say they don't exist? No, it's warning you. Don't fuck with dragons, right? Severe injury and death may be inflicted by these animals in their natural habitats. Right, we just saw the natural habitat of the green dragon. Dragons are predatory wild animals. Intrusion into their nesting grounds, threatening of their young, and startling behavior are all natural catalysts for dragon fire. Dragon attacks. They are merely acting upon their instincts because they are hijacked slaves. And when the Naga go Naga, they're acting on their instincts. No, they're looting. They're riding. They're thugs. They're demons. That's what they want to say. But we're merely acting upon our instincts, my Naga. We've been invaded, fool. Our children are getting, coming up missing, man. You've been looking into all that Wayfair situation. I mean, that shit is sickening. And there ain't shit we can do but pray, that whole why puts an end to it because it's too deep in the rabbit hole. We don't know where this shit's coming from and going to. We don't know what's going on with this shit. Adrenochrome and all that shit. We don't know what's going on with this stuff, man. It just puts a knot in your stomach, man. You just start saying free Phineas, man, because the only remedy to that is dragon fire, my Naga. But check out this Dracopedia, the Great Dragons, man. An artist field guide and drawing journal. So these were actual draconologists that are drawing what they're seeing. This is not mythology. William O'Connor. So we're talking about the Akkadian dragon. They also got the Icelandic dragon, Scandinavian dragon, Welsh dragon. We've been talking about that Welsh dragon, right? Ligurian dragon, Crimean dragon. What's that? That Russia? That Russia? Okay. Let's stay focused, man. Because the last dragon in captivity, what do they say? Today, Phineas is the only dragon alive in captivity in America. This is the last great American Drakan. Now, this Acadia National Dragon Preserve has been changed now. If you try to type in Acadia National Dragon Preserve, they're going to send you on some rabbit chase. Acadia National Dragon Preserve. It's going to be called Acadia National Park now. But before, let's see, Dragon Preserve. Oh, when we put that in, we come up. Because that's how long we've been digging on this 2017. Yeah, man. Drop Nation, what it do? Oh, now we got Acadia National Park. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? These federal parks, man, this national park situation are cover-ups for what? National Dragon Reserves. Why can't we see over 1,200,000 acres around the Grand Canyon? Dragon Reserves, my Naga. Oh, we're preserving dragons now. They got them in captivity. Oh, man, it's time to pop off, though. Acadia National Park. That's what we getting now. All right, man, we just surfing the wave, man. Fall back. I'm going to start popping off, but you see what I'm saying? Here's an actual stamp of this. Look, Acadia National Dragon Preserve, April 13th. This shit ain't no play, man. Acadia National Dragon Preserve, the ANDP. This is the official logo. Now they turn it into what? Acadia National Park, U.S. National Park. Hey, y'all better get right, man. Because when the Most High pops it off, the Most High pops it off. We only connect to our frame and our shaper. And through the power of our frame and our shaper, our Hawa, our breath of security, our creator, we get access to this is the natural security system of the earth plane. And you are who's protecting it. You're protecting the vortexes, my Naga, on the earth plane. My Naga, these Drakans pop off with you. That's why they went to sleep with you, can't you see? That's why they're all against them and us. We're both Satan. We're both demons. St. George, St. Michael standing on his Naga dragon demon, right? Nah, that's just a copper-colored Naga popping off. And they want to slay the dragon. No more National Dragon Preserves. Now it's Acadia National Park. Got it. Got it. The Acadian green dragon is the largest dragon species in North America. Is this shit a joke? The more you read it, the more you should wake up. They were using the green dragon. Benjamin Franklin wanted to use the green dragon as the emblem of America, man, because it represented freedom and power. They got respect for Phineas, man, and all of his, siblings. Let's read a little bit more. The Acadian Akkad green dragon is the largest dragon species in North America, growing up to 75 feet in length. Damn. You know how tall that is, man? That's a serious dragon, man. In length with a wingspan of 85 feet, man. This is... Hey, free Phineas, man. Man, I gotta let the flutes play on this one, man. Y'all know how much of a game changer this is? To have, the guardians of the Naga sparking off, which the scripture would call the seraphim or the angels. It's been a dragon war the whole time. They've been slaying you. They've been slaying the dragon, man. St. George and the dragon. That's why that's the highest, most distinguished order in their royalty is this St. Michael, Order of Michael, St. George shit, right? With a white angel slaying this Satan, or a George slaying the dragon, or the brother of the black man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in power, George Floyd, because they had a foot on his neck the same way, slaying the dragon. I can't breathe, right? No breath, no mama, no wisdom. Free Phineas, man. See, we need to get our weapons. This is the equivalent, you would call it an AK-47 today. But I'm saying every Naga got a Drakan. You don't need no chopper, my Naga. You serious? I mean, carry it with you. Why not? Can't hurt. But my Naga, you've already been equipped. You don't even need nothing outside of you. Just throw on your Chuck Taylors and ride your dragon. It's all happening. My sisters, hey, my lady dragon's on the wall. Let's go, man. Let's go. We about to connect some great drop, man. I'm falling back. Taking our time. We're taking our time. You came over here for information. Well, let's get some information there. No problem. The Acadian green dragon is the largest dragon. So when we're talking about free Phineas, we're talking about freeing the largest dragon in North America. The eggs are hatched by the female only once every 5 years, man. So you don't need a lot of Phineases. If you needed a lot of these dragons, they would be popping off way more. Hawaii said, nope, you don't need that many. The female hatches an egg every 5 years in small clutches of 1 to 3 eggs. Remember, Phineas had 3 other siblings, and that fire that popped off in the P.T. Barnum Museum, 1865. We'll breeze past that again on our journey. So he had He was one of 4 hatchlings. Now, she said this says 1 to 3 eggs. The male and female live together in a lair on the seashore where the male hunts for food in the ocean while the female guards the lair and her young from predators. Is it play, man? The high sea cliffs that are a common home to all the great dragon species of the world provide many advantages. The high, wind-swept perch enables the dragons to take flight easily, with the dragonlings only learning to fly in their 3rd year. The remote cave rookeries or lairs allow protection for the nearly defenseless dragonlings until they learn to fly. The male dragonling then leaves the cave and begins looking for a new lair where he begins a family of his own. Green dragons are extremely long-lived, right? They said Phineas was 140, and that was back then. How old is Phineas now, man? Let's go. Green dragons are extremely long-lived, with the oldest specimen, Mohawk, having been first reported in 1768. Whoa. Shout out to Mohawk, man. Shout out to Mohawk, man. Don't that sound real indigenous? Did you know there's a green dragon first reported? So that's not even when he started, but they just first reported about Mohawk in 1768, man. He's still rocking. Let's go, man. The hibernation habits of the Acadian green dragon contribute to its longevity. It is believed that a dragon may sleep more than 2/3 of his life. Wow. Sleep more than 2/3 of his life. How many of these dragons have been asleep? How many of us Nagas have been asleep? Slowing its metabolism for months, older dragons can enter a kind of torpor, Torpor, and can last years without eating. Man, a mature Acadian green dragon male can weigh up to 17,000 pounds and needs to eat over 150 pounds of meat per day. Well, what are they eating? What are they eating? Are they eating meat? I don't want to bear false witness on Phineas. The primary food for the Acadian green dragon is small whales or porpoises, while larger dragons have been known to catch and carry off full-grown killer whales. All right. Maybe they taking down whales. Now look, we're going to dig on this whale connection with this Jonah and the whale, or the dragon, or Moby Dick, the whale, which is a dragon, and how they even flip-flop the whale-dragon scenario when we dug on the Smithsonian scenario where, the whole museum burned down, man. Now imagine having something like this walking behind you. Like, what it do? We popping off, man. They say dragons aren't pets, man, right? But without thinking in terms of a pet, just think about a guardian. Think about a playful guardian. This is out the Presta John Legend and its sources, page 84. Love to Aqua Tai, who did a PDF of the whole book for us. Ahab. Click the links, man. Get all these links, man. Let's pick it up from here. Also, there is towards the south in that region a certain place of ours at which the world ends. Now, this sounds a lot like the Antarctica, scenario, right? The Terra Sancta, the Holy Land, which is called what? Cavern of Dragons now. Go check out that animated, How to Train Your Dragon. I think the last one, whatever it's called. They had a whole cavern of dragons, and they were just hella deep, and it was like dragon paradise. Think about that. So, which is called the Cavern of Dragons. It is long and wide, excessively difficult, and most severe in severity, and difficult with the deepness and depth that is most deep. and most cavernly and full of secret places. Come on, man. What is? Hey, this is out the Prester John letter, man. I mean, we're talking about the land of Prester John, my niggas. We're talking about Tara Sancta. We're talking about Antarctica, right? Australia's con. We're talking about the Cavern of Dragons. It is long and wide, excessively difficult and most severe in severity, and difficult with the deepness and depth that is most deep, and most cavernly and full of secret places. Indeed, in this place there are infinite thousands of dragons. What does that mean? Millions? Can we just say millions? Hey man, free Phineas, man. You gotta think about this war with Genghis Khan and Prester John a whole nother type of way. If you don't think there was a dragon involved, you out of your hot damn mind. And what magic spell put our dragons to sleep, right? Hey, shout out to Mohawk. Hey, if he's still kicking, man, from 1768, Mohawk, man, he's about to start tearing shit up, man, for real, man. For real. The hibernation habits of the Acadian green dragon contribute to its longevity. It is believed that a dragon may sleep, my naga, more than 2/3 of his life, man. How many of the homies is sleep? Wakey. How many are popping off volcano style, man? Antarctic ice is melting like a mug, right? We're just talking about the cavern of dragons, right? We're just talking about Antarctica. Excessively difficult and most severe in severity, and difficult with the deepness and depth that is most deep. Bang! Most cavernly, full of secret places. There are infinite thousands of dragons, which the residents of those surrounding provinces guard with the greatest diligence. Guard. So we don't just have them as guardians, we guard them, man. We guard each other, we got each other's back. Lest any wizards from India. Whoa. Wizards from India, what does it mean? We're talking about, the Genghis Khan flow? I mean, what are we talking about? Or elsewhere are able to steal one of those dragons. So was Genghis and them stealing Prester John's dragons, man? For in fact, the princes of the Indians, the Khans of the Indians, the Nagas, are accustomed to have dragons at weddings. My Naga, whoa. Did you know that, when you had a special time, when you planned a special event, please believe Phineas came, holding you down. When you said this is going to be a special day, we're going to give this day to Hawaii. Phineas says, holy, Hawaii is holy. Wakey, my Naga Phineas. I hope you've done your time easily, man. I hope you've been asleep the whole damn time. It's like, man, will this nigga wake up? He's like, nope, I ain't waking up till it's time to pop off. Don't worry about Phineas, man. Phineas know how to do time, man. All right? You don't think Phineas know how to do time? Phineas know how to do his time, man. Phineas got a good program. You know what his program is called? You know what Phineas's program is called? It is believed that a dragon may sleep more than 2/3 of his life. Phineas's program is called Sleep. Zon. He's on that Zon zone. Phineas is in the Zon zone. He ain't worried about no prison bars. He's sleep. He's meditating. Don't you trip. We just talking about the cavern of dragons, right? Lest any wizards from India or elsewhere are able to steal one of those dragons. For in fact, the Khans, the princes of the Indians, the Naga, are accustomed to have dragons at weddings and at other banquets of theirs, and without dragons they do not consider the banquet to be complete. Without the guardian angel, the guardian angel. And just as cattle and mule herders are accustomed to humble and humanize the horses young, to teach them and tame them, and to call them by their own names, to place bridle and saddle on them, and to ride them, to ride them anywhere they wish, so too these men who have custody and command of the dragons, the dragon commanders, my nagas, humble the same dragons by their incantations and magic. Humanize them, teach them, subdue them, and call them by their own names. Now, when they call you the magi, whatever they're calling magic, we're just talking energy, frequency, and vibration. So we know that magic went both ways. We had our magic flow with our dragons, and they put a magic spell to put us both to sleep. So please believe we're talking energy, frequency, and vibration. Just like Avatar, my naga. Just like Avatar. You already connected. You got Game of Thrones. She over there speaking magic words. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a vibration we're talking about. Humanize them, teach them, subdue them, and call them by their own names. Place bridle and saddle on them, and ride their dragons wherever and whenever they wish. Every year, these dragon peoples release to our magnificence for tribute 100 men, dragon masters, and 100 dragons humanized in this way. So they're saying, just like with dogs and pets get, they're playing with you, talking, barking and damn near talking to you, you know what I'm saying? That's how we are with our dragons. Not as pets, but as, friends, as brothers, you know what I'm saying? Family, you know what I mean? They attend every wedding. If they attend the weddings, that means they also attend any other councils that are sacred to us. 100 dragons humanized in this way, which are like cows amongst these men. And when the men play with them admirably by leading them here and there by the head and tail. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine playing with Big Phoenix like that, man? Hey, Big Phoenix just dragging him by his tail. Hey, come on. He's over there playing along, getting dragged around, dragging by his head. Come on, dragging by his horn. He's just rolling over, playing back. He ain't burning you down. He's just, that's your naga. It's all good. My naga Phoenix is popping off. This is how you rock. They're afraid. Don't let them put their fear and demonize a natural Hawa created situation. We're talking about the first things created. We're talking about the guardians. We're talking about the angels. Angels of the wind. Angels of the frost. Angels of the this. Yeah, man. Dragons of the wind. Dragons of the frost. Dragons everywhere. Remember the definition of a dragon, right? Yeah, man. This man or woman is a dragon. "100 dragons humanized in this way, which are like cows amongst these men. And when the men play with them admirably by leading them here and there by the head and tail, the dragons are like dogs." If this is why they play with us in the Hebrew and they put the tanin and tanim. You got the tan in the plural form, tanim, or you got the tanin, plural form, tananim. One is a jackal or a dog, and one is a dragon. The tan is a jackal. That tanin is the singular form for dragon. Tananim is the plural form for dragon. Tanim is the plural form of tan or jackal or dog. You see how it's play? So a lot of it's translated jackals when it should be dragons, Tan or Tanim. You see how they're playing with us? Well, you're playing with your dragons admirably by leading them here and there by their head and tail. The dragons are like dogs. Truly, these men with their dragons are our couriers. And when it pleases our clemency, desiring to know all the news from every part, we send them with those dragons flying through the air, through every climate of the world. Managa, every climate of the world. Every climate. As soon as you hear every climate, just think about the coldest regions, because they wouldn't even be talking about climates if they weren't talking about the cold regions. Every climate, we're talking Antarctica, Naga. We're talking, Naga, we're talking cavern of dragons. Where? A certain place of ours at which the world ends. Where there is towards the south a region, a certain place of ours at which the world ends. Which is called the Cavern of Dragons. Now remember, Antarctica wasn't always covered in ice, right? So you got them maps for a reason. Map pack, map pack. Let's go. Let me go, man. Let me alkaline, man. This is about to get good, man. Let's let the flutes play, man. Oh, wow. You know, it's funny because to the untrained eye or the untrained ear, this might seem like, we are, you know, repeating information from 2016 or 17. But to my Nagis that's been popping off, man, and the real wave surfers, man, we know like, whoa, we're reading the same documents and similar things, but we're getting so much more out of it this time around, man. It's like we only got shades of it now. We're like putting it all in place because there ain't no time for no play unless you're playing with your Naga, man. You're playing with your dragon, leading him here and there by the head and the tail. The dragons are like dogs. Truly, these men with their dragons are our couriers. When it pleases our clemency, who's that? We're talking about Prester John. Khan. Desiring to know all the news from every part. So if Prester John wanted to know anything popping off, he just say, hey, man. Hey, Phineas, man. Hey, go hit up that little area over there. If Prester John wanted to deliver letters to every part of the world, like the letter of Prester John in 1165, you look it up. We reading from it right now. I mean, that was a big document. It wasn't just a piece of a letter. I mean, we haven't even read the full letter yet. And we're reading translations, so we know we're not getting the goods. We know we're not really getting the real thing, but we're getting enough to feel the vibration. If Prester John wanted to know some information, he hopped on the vibration or sent the vibration to get the information. And there was no such thing called distance, not when you got dragons. I mean, you talk about a jet? Nah, man. You see those meteors, right? Don't you see those comets? Don't you see those meteors and comets? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, wow. Meteor. A body that flies or floats in the air. Rain, hail, snow. All this is Drakan. All this is meteor. Oh, a fiery, luminous body. Appearance flying, floating in the atmosphere. Gas, lights, loud explosions. Brilliant globes or masses of matter. That sounds a lot like a dragon, y'all. Let me just put in dragon and see if we get anything kind of like that. This is 1828. American Dictionary of the English, right? Dragon, got you. Ah, a fiery shooting meteor. Oh, imaginary serpent. So a dragon is a meteor. A fierce or violent person? Huh? So we can't be worshiping dragons if we are connecting to our creator in order for us to pop off, which is the dragon, a fierce or violent person. Huh? We must keep the code so that we can have if we're going to be fierce or violent, this man or woman, right? This male, female, man or woman is a dragon. If we're going to be fierce, don't you want to be fierce popping off with Phineas? It gets no more weaponized, my noggin. Impenetrable dragon scales. Now, you talking about a dragon outside of you, or are you talking about you? Male or female, man or woman is a dragon. Fierce. Why are you the definition of a dragon? Why must they slay the dragon, right? St. George slaying the dragon. Why must they slay this person? Is it a more on more war? Well, I think it's time for us all to pop off, man. I'm not mad at nobody, man. No matter what you into, no matter what you do, you are more, you're this, you're that. I mean, we're all waking up, man. We're all family, man, and we're fighting something else that we even signed up for. You could be in different type of schools of thought, but just know that the war that you're up against is a spiritual war. It's a frequency war, and you can have all your information about, saying the government this and all these loopholes and all these statutes and constitutions. None of that shit matters no more. All that information stuck in your head don't mean shit right now. It's all happening. And we all realize that. A lot of my Moorish brothers and sisters, they realize that. They over here getting that drop. They learn how to keep the code so that they can connect to the Naga, who is the person, the male, the man, the woman, is the dragon, because we are naturally born fierce. Naturally born. In love again, Aquatai. Because this is all we're talking about. If Phineas, if Prester John, the clemency, wanted to get the news from every part, hey, we send them with them dragons flying through the air, through every climate, right? Every climate. And, the sandy sea, the Sandman, y'all love to the Templars. Man, we gotta get back on that sandy sea. All right, I got y'all. Yeah, get the dock so you can get ahead of us. We're gonna start, getting on that investigation back into the San Benyon River, flowing 6 days. Some say it flows 3 days out of 7. Others said it flows 6 days and rest on the Shabbat. So they called it the Sabbath River, the San Benyon. Okay. All right. We're just talking. Who was Prester John? Cavern of Dragons. Got it. Let's get back. Let's fall back, man. What were we talking about again? Oh, the year of the Green Dragon, right? And we're, correlating that to the crisscross of the solar eclipse. This 2024 scenario. 2024, right? The year of the dragon. But there's different years of the dragon. There's, let's see if it has it here. Okay, it's probably on the other link talking about the different types of years of the dragon. But specifically on this one here, you see them say the year of the green wood dragon. So there's a specific type of dragon that's popping off in 2024. And that's what we're talking about, the Greenwood Dragon, February 10th, 2024. That's when it begins. And when is this crisscross happening? April 2024. So February it begins, 2 months later. Boom, boom. Is that the release date for the big homie Phineas? Is he ready to be popping off? All right, something to think about. We'll come back to it. You know, you recon further into the year of the green tree dragon. Let's start talking about Moby Dick. Why not? Why not? Why not? Moby Dick, Melvin Herman. And again, a lot of this Moby Dick recon, man, we had to go back in the crates. Aqua Larissa, dropped some major key elements that we always return to, as well as the Templeton Dragon Fund. So always got to give the love and Ahab to Aqua Larissa for this recon. There's so much recon. So that's for sure. What's this Moby Dick about? Well, you look it up. If you have never heard of Moby Dick, published in 1851. Let's pick it up from here. We'll work our way back. Moby Dick, or The Whale, is an 1851 novel. Now remember, this museum with Phineas burned down what year? Let's get that again. (1865), when the museum burned down, 2 of the small dragons were killed. Just checking this out right here. Melvin's well was a warning. Okay, we're going to get that. Let me pull it up right here. I want to pull up the 150 years ago drop. There we go. The fire at P.T. Barnum's. So, if you got that quick 10-minute drop, this is what we cover real quick, Those are the ones, I'm saying, I really try to just hit certain points and I'm really going quickly. And then we fall back and we just enjoy the information and go with the vibration and go back through it and do what we do, man. We drop nations. So it's the same fire now being, published in SmithsonianMag.com. Fire in P.T. Barnum's museum boiled 2 whales alive. Now, 2 whales died here. They're boiled alive. And again, so 2 of the small dragons were killed. 2 of the small dragons were killed. So there's a big correlation between this whale and dragon, or fish and dragon. I mean, just go to Leviathan, right? Go dig on Leviathan. He's a giant sea fish. You really can't make this stuff up. And this really validated for me personally when I was looking into this document, because everything they're kicking is facts. They saying that 2 small dragons were killed when the museum burned down in 1865. And you can fact check that, literally, that this museum really did burn down. P.T. Barnum's museum, 150 years ago. Right here, same year, right? 1965, except to hide this 2 dragon dying situation, they changed it to whales. This is a ping, pal, ping, letting you know what to look for to go back into the script, and wherever they're putting wells, look at it with a 360 dragon flat eye perspective. Come on. So when we talk about Jonah and the whale, are we talking Jonah and the dragon? I mean, that's a fair question when we see what they're doing. And we got to look deeper into this, giant sea fish situation. Let me just look at Leviathan and etymology. Right, the scripture got the seraph, the seraphim, the highest order of angels, the seraph, seraphim, or the burning ones. So it's right in your face the whole time when you're talking seraphim. Isaiah 6, you got the seraphim in the throne of the Creator singing, holy, holy, all day, right? We're talking about the flying, lofty, burning angels, right? The burning ones, man. Isaiah 6, right? The fiery flying serpents are the seraphim, are the dragons in the throne room. We just talking, again, they're referencing Isaiah 6 here. We're just talking Leviathan, man. Levi, let go. We on an investigation, man. Right. So even though Leviathan's a dragon, the book of Job is breaking it down, right? You got this big dragon in the book of Job. You start connecting this to Atlantis, you're going to see a lot of connection to where it looks like Atlantis was sunk literally by big-ass Leviathan. There seems to be a relationship between Atlantis sinking and Leviathan, man. So they try to make him a form of Satan in the New Testament. He becomes this red dragon that's being slayed by Michael, right? So again, back to that order of Michael, slaying the dragon, slaying Satan, George and the dragon correlation. What are they doing right in our face? Leviathan, Drakan. So is he a dragon or is he a sea serpent? Sea monster? One of these that had a sea fish. Let's get back in this. Let's get back in this 1828 right quick. See if we got some Leviathan dropping here. Because they be, twisting and changing these etymology sites up in a minute, man. As soon as you're on to something, they start switching it up. Got him, ping, pow, ping. This is better than sea fish. Savior, they tried to take out the giant sea fish, but you've seen it time and time again. Now, it's referencing the book of Job 34. We're going to connect that. Leviathan. Right? So we know Levi is a water dragon, an aquatic dragon. This is Hawa's dragon. Leviathan's breathing fire, popping shit off. Clearly, it's a dragon. All right? But they also are switching it with the whale. Ain't that something? Ain't that fishy? And Isaiah is called the crooked serpent, but the crooked is really referring to its twistedness. It's literally twisted literally twisted. Not its character, not its personality, not because it did something shady, because it's literally a twisting dragon. So they, in English, they fuck with you, right? Crooked serpent instead of twisting dragon. It is not agreed what animal it is intended by the writers. Oh, okay. Whether it's a crocodile or a whale, right? Or a giant white sperm whale. See, this giant white sperm whale is the closest connection you're going to get between what's really happening in reality with this Leviathan. And it's a whole class of Leviathans. And there's still Leviathans out there, but they hunt them, you know, under this sperm whale, situation, this great sperm whale situation. You know what I mean? They're so rare. They got the oil, the whale oil, connect the whale oil with the dragon oil. Oh boy. Hey, it gets too much fun, man. Yeah, okay. All right. All right, we getting there. Let's go back. We popping off, man. 1851. The point is that this fire went down in 1865. So just check out these dates, right? So Phineas's fire went down in 1865, right? So 10, 15 years earlier, you got Moby Dick or the whale or the Leviathan, huh? Great whale, Leviathan. Now, how did they play with this and get to Leviathan? And at the same damn time, in etymology, they say sea monster, sea serpent, sometimes regarded as a form of Satan. So how does he get from being a great whale to Satan? You see this shit? You got to clearly say who's calling him Satan. This is Job 41, right? This is Hawa's dragon. You know, can you pierce my dragon? Does he, get up for you? Can you raise him up like I can? Is he saying raising what, Satan up? Nah, he's talking about his dragon, man. This is a one-of-a-kind super dragon. But I believe there's more, you know, there's a whole class of them. But I think the specific one, was very special. But I think there are more Leviathan class dragons of unknown origin, my not. And again, when they're talking about twisting, wind to turn to twist. This is what they're getting this Lawa, LWH, on the notion of the coil. So it's not about the Christians teach, the crooked serpent Leviathan. No, it's talking about the coiling, the turning, the twisting, Lawa, the bend, the twisting. This has nothing to do with his personality. This is describing him. Let's go back. We're just flowing, man. In the 1828 dictionary, we're flowing in etymology. We're talking meteors, man. We're talking Leviathan, man, which is a game changer because to my memory, I don't remember us looking up Leviathan in 1828. Maybe we had, man. We've done so much. But now we can connect it directly with this whale business. All right, so keep that in mind. Leviathan whale, Moby Dick, Leviathan. Now, let's take our time. Moby Dick, the Whale, 1851 novel by American writer Herman Melville. We're about to get a piece of, not even an intro, but some of the, some jewels that were put even before the book starts, man. All right. The book is the sailor Ishmael's narrative. All right. So they're using, biblical names, right? All right. Put it together. Ishmael's narrative of the obsessive quest of Ahab. Now, you remember King Ahab in the script? He wasn't really giving off that Ahab. You know what I mean? His name was Ahab, but he wasn't giving off no Ahab. So he was like a bad guy. You know, here's another Ahab like that. Captain of the whaling ship for revenge on Moby Dick, the giant white sperm whale, right? So specifically, they call them giant white sperm whales. And they have their little picture of it, but you already know. We're talking dragons. That on the ship's previous voyage bit off Ahab's leg at the knee, a contribution to the literature of American Renaissance. Moby Dick was published to mixed reviews, was a commercial failure, and was out of print at the time of the author's death in 1891. Its reputation as the great American novel was established only in the 20th century after the centennial of the author's birth. William Faulkner said he wished he had written the book himself, and D.H. Lawrence called it one of the strangest and most wonderful books in the world and the greatest book of the sea ever written. So why would they discontinue it and do all that, man, unless it's leading to some driznab? Its opening sentence, "Call Me Ishmael," is among world literature's most famous. Melville began writing Moby Dick February 1850, finished 18 months later, a year longer than he had anticipated. Melville drew on his experience as a common sailor from 1841 to 1844, so he's drawing on his own dragging, hunting, or whaling experiences. So when you start tying in the whaling with the dragon hunting, you see that they sort of, merge one with the other and covered up all the dragon hunting with the whaling. You dig? The white whale, right? Remember this, man, because we're gonna look at this, at least the a write up of the movie Age of Dragons. And Shalaki, I said it was Morgan Freeman. It was Danny Glover in that drop. Somebody corrected me on that. Hey, hi. The white whale is modeled on a notoriously hard to catch albino whale, Mocha dick. All right, so look, Herman Melville is basing this on something called Mocha dick. Was a sperm whale that lived in the Pacific Ocean in the early 19th century. Hey, man, we surfing the wave, man. And love to Sister Larissa because she brought all this stuff out, man, when we were digging heavy on Phineas. And a lot of reconners just like her, man, we're digging heavy on this Miss D and the Copper Color Awakening, Top Battle, Chef Candy. Our Aqua seriously was popping off. Yeah, man, I mean, are they giving us a hint that Leviathan is or was chilling in the Pacific Ocean in the early 19th century? Usually encountered in the waters near Mocha Island off the central coast of Chile. If Leviathan's chilling over here, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's doing it for a reason. Maybe he's a protective dragon. Yeah, we just dropped some drop. Very interesting on this, type of subject. On IG, go ahead and get at us at 432 to drop. You still think that's air you're breathing, man? Hey, look, man. So when you talk about the Pacific, you're talking about these lands, these ancient, huge land masses that are beneath the water, right? And who's still kicking in with this ancient landmass? Oh, Levi. Is Levi just kicking in around this move situation? They love to J-Book 3000 and Bossed Up Cash, man. I mean, they reconning, man. They reconning. I'm just sharing the drop that's being shared with me. You dig? Hey, man. Sharing the drop. Carolinas. When you go back to this drop, what you see right here, Carolines. Come on, man. Cara. All right, so Lemuria or Mu will be on the other side. It's Levi, over there really on the east side, man. Kara equals black. Kara Katai, right? Who was Preston John? Cathay, Black Cathay, Pure Land, Kalelu, Cibola, Shambhala, India Superior. Yeah, we just talking America, right? Or Asia. Let's go, man. So when we talk Pacific, specifically Pacific, you're talking Leviathan. You're talking old Levi. We're talking about the whale or the great whale. Let's dig on Mocha Dick. Mocha Dick died 1838. So this is an actual whale or a Leviathan. Okay, it's getting good, right? It's getting good. We were talking dragons, my noggin. All right, so this particular dragon died 1838. They call it a male sperm whale. Well, yeah, right. Because it doesn't take too much recon to know that when we talk Leviathan, specifically when we talk Leviathan and etymology, we know we're just talking dragon. Well, yeah, man. We know Leviathan is a Drakan. Well, great whale, great sperm whale, right? Levi, con. Levi, levitate, gotcha. Levi, whale, great whale, great whale. Mocha Dick, sperm whale, lived in the Pacific Ocean in the early 19th century. So how do they single out one whale? Don't whales, have a whole gang and a family and they chilling? How do they just single out one whale in the Pacific Ocean in the early 19th century? Usually encountered in the waters near Mocha Island. So whenever they saw this thing, man, they said, this is the same whale. They didn't say this is another one. No, they said this is Mocha. Mocha. Now, Mocha, you could play with this word, Moshi. Well, Mocha. They said the waters near Mocha Island. Now, Mocha Island is a small Chilean island, all right? It's a lot about this Chile. Chile is very close to Antarctica. Well, located west of the coast of Arauco province in Pacific Ocean. Hold up, man. This is an interesting drop right here with this Mocha Island scenario. It says in Mapuche mythology, the mythology and religion of the indigenous Mapuche people of South Central Chile and southwestern Argentina is an extensive and ancient belief system. Oh man, we get all kind of drop. All right, so these indigenous, all right, the souls of dead people traveled west to visit this island. The souls of dead people traveled west to visit this island. All right, the island today is home to the Mocha Island National Reserve. Come on, man. I'm out of here, man. Hey, what time is it, man? Man, make sure we good. Come on, man. I knew this drop was gonna be good, but Allahu, man, I should have known. it was going to be this good. Suddenly we're talking about national reserves again, man. National reserves, right? Wasn't we just popping off with the same national reserve? Hey, man, time out, man. Hey, free Phoenix, man. Can we just talking national reserves, man? Huh? Huh? Now they're just called Acadian National Reserve, right? We just got that. So, okay. Alrighty. National reserves. Mocha Island's a national reserve. Mocha Island National Reserve, a nature reserve that covers approximately 45% of the island's surface. 45% of the island's surface is a dragon preserve. Reserve. National reserve. How many dragons are popping off around this island now? The island is noted as a location in numerous historic shipwrecks, man. Yeah, it's a lot popping off around this Mocha situation, man. Now, I remember we were talking about the dragon, like the dragon treasures and hoards and stuff. I mean, all this stuff plays. Where there's dragons, there's dragon hoards, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Remember that Denmark Vesey, man? The shipwreck, he had all that gold. All right, okay. Let's back up. Let's take our time. Mocha Island National Reserve. All right, y'all. I know y'all are already digging, but you got Mocha Dig, or the White Whale of the Pacific. You can dig into this 1839 in the Knickerbocker. All right. Mocha Dick was an albino and partially inspired Herman Melville's 1851 Moby Dick. Right quick. Okay. Age of the Dragons. Oh, man, I'm getting real linky this time, man. I ain't missing nothing this time, man. We ain't missing nothing this time, man. Where's the Age of the Dragon drop, man? Age of the Dragons with Danny Glover. Vinnie Jones. What's this about? This came out in 2011, a fantasy film directed by Ryan Little. Okay. A fantasy-themed reimagining of Herman Melville's classic 1851 Moby Dick. So we're not playing you. We're not just trying to make this stretch to connect this movie with Moby Dick. This movie's based on a reimagining of the same novel, Moby Dick, released in the UK. It wasn't even released in America, man. It was released in the UK, at least initially. Here's the plot. Harpooner Ishmael, same name, joins Ahab, same name. Same damn name. Do you think this is a reimagining? Or are they giving you some driznab? Harpooner Ishmael joins Ahab, who's played by Danny Glover. Black man playing Ahab, I'll be. And his crew on the Picode. In this instance, an armored landboat that hunts for dragons. I said to connect the whalers with the dragons, right? So now you have a movie based on Moby Dick. Same character names, but instead of hunting for this big sperm whale, that's a lie. They're just hunting for dragons. Now, before they had a white sperm whale, let's go. The 7-strong crew ostensibly seeks the precious vitriol. We're talking oil. a highly explosive liquid substance found inside the fire-breathing winged creatures. So they have different names for this. We're going to recon another name that they call it. But here they call it vitriol now. And we talked about that vitriol before. Man. I mean, look how real this is getting. I don't know if I got this link up still. Let's see. This is a little bit of a different one, but I gotta find this other one again, man. Man, it was breaking it down. Hawa, man. Hawa always got us on point. Hawa always brings us back, where we need to be. Pull up this link, man. You get all these links below. You got it, man. You got it. Let's go. They talking vitriol? Am I tripping or are we just talking alchemy? Vitriol. Con. Wow. And you see, that's just an acronym. And look how they're translating. Visit the interior parts of the earth, bottomless pit, by reactification. Thou shalt find the hidden stone. Look at the beast of the pit, right? This greenish, green lion situation, man. Vitriol. Mercury. I mean, all down the line. And you can look more into it. The doc, is letting you know that they create the problem, incite the reaction, and propose a solution. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. That's our solution. Salt, white horse, problem. Sulfur, red horse, reaction. Mercury, black horse. A pre-prepared solution. My naga, are they playing this shit out right in our neighborhoods? Vitriol is the pale horse. But they're getting the vitriol from the pale dragon or this albino whale or this albino white dragon. Wow. My naga, we're just talking vitriol? Hold up, man. I mean, I'm just surfing the wave with you. I'm gonna put it like that. Cause I never connected this to the age of dragons. Check it out again. The 7-strong crew ostensibly seeks the precious vitriol, quote unquote, right? Why did they put it in quotations? Vitriol. Vitriol, spelled exactly the same as this, quote unquote, because this all stands for something. I ain't trying to cast no spell, so I ain't gonna say it, man, but you see it. Now it says, I am he who was the green and golden lion. Who cares? Within me lie all the mysteries of the philosophers. So that's an English translation. A new olive branch. All right, man. I am he who was The green and golden lion, huh? What's with this green business, man? Green and golden lion. Pale green. I'm sure it gets deeper than rap. I'm just talking Age of the Dragons, man. I didn't mean to get deep into vitriols. I'm just saying they're looking for vitriol, the precious vitriol. A highly explosive, right? Explosive. Hey, by the way, look what's on the bottom of this vitriol potion. You got a three-headed dragon? Right. So this is all about slaying the dragon. I'm not going to get it again, but you already know what we're talking about, right? You're talking about Mercury. What's it say? Baphomet, right? You're talking Andromedus, androgyny, Baphomet, Mahomet, Mercury, Thoth. You think this is play? They're slaying the dragon, my knock. I don't think you understand. Just like George and the dragon, it first starts with Thoth slaying the dragon. This is their highest order. This is it. What does that remind you of? The Order of St. Michael and St. George, the royals, right? They're on the move, they're on the run. The badge of the order depicts St. George fighting the dragon on one side and the angel St. Michael trampling Satan on the other. So Leviathan sometimes referred as Satan, right? The dragon. New Testament, the dragon becomes Satan, right? Old Testament, that's never the case. Holy, holy, right? Seraphim, burning ones, Khan. And what does this image look like? She's putting this image on him. Oh, right. Right. Stepping on the Naga, right? That's why they're going crazy, comparing it with the George Floyd scenario. Look at this. Royal honor gets slammed for looking like George Floyd killing. Black man, right? Nah, he's a dragon. They're telling you he's a dragon. They're putting wings on and letting you know this Naga is a dragon. You are the dragon. You're the fierce and violent person towards the hijack. And they're now, using this white angel when before it was just St. George slaying the dragon. It was just St. George before slaying the dragon, right? Wow. And we've seen the ones, that go back to the melanated man. So you already know St. George, what he looking like. So it starts not even here, right? It starts right here. I can't breathe, right? Stepping, suffocating the dragon with this vitriol, with the creation of opposites, Connie and Shio, Nemesis Alchemist. Look at that dog, right? Because that dog is going to play. That dog is going to play right in front of the pyramids, right? That sinus of Phyli going to play when it comes to Thoth. That bird that Idris is going to play, right? So it starts with Thoth slaying the dragon. Then it becomes old Georgie boy slaying the dragon. Then it becomes, this whole situation. Calls for redesign of the royal order. They don't want to redesign this. It means too much. It means too much. It means too much. It means too much. This is the highest order of the royal family, slaying the Naga, slaying the black man, slaying the dragon. But it starts with this vitriol scenario. Yeah, man. I told y'all we're going to take our time, right? Vitriol, pale horse. I got a book called Behold the Pale Horse. If you heard about it, William Cooper. All right? Enough said. They create the problem. They incite a reaction, rioting, chaos, and then they hear, we're the solution. Military, National Guard, FEMA camps. That's the solution, right? Vitriol, my problem, reaction, solution, thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Vitriol, right? Okay, let's go. The 7-strong crew ostensibly seeks the precious vitriol, a highly explosive liquid substance found inside the fire-breathing dragon, which powers the mythical realm they live in. Powers the realm. This oil, this substance, powers reality. Ishmael joins their quest, soon learns that in fact Ahab's mission is one of revenge on a particular great white dragon. Bang. Oh boy, great white whale, right? Great white sperm whale, right? Mocha dick, right? Where's Mocha? Okay. Mocha dick or the white whale of the Pacific. Come on, man. Wow. So Mocha dick seems to be where it's popping off. This whale or this dragon that they're talking about in 1838. Then comes this Melville who does a spoof on it, basically called Moby Dick. And then it comes this Age of the Dragon that does a spoof off of that. However, they're actually talking about the real thing. The great white dragon, not the great white whale, my nigga. The great white dragon, not the great white whale, my nigga. Because Leviathan is the whale, right? That decades ago scarred and injured him and killed his sister, forced to hide from the sunlight due to the burn wounds on his body. Ahab now tries to kill all dragons, and especially the white one. Hey, go get this drop. Age of the Dragons. Danny Glover hunting the great white whale. Yeah. The white whale. We're talking Pacific. We're talking Moo. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Now, we had mentioned this. Let's get it from here. Free Phineas, man. Hey, love the Brother Nature. Anti-battle. Ty wrote this poem. Brother Nature recites it. A beautiful recording of it every single Shabbat show. Free Phineas, man. It's beautiful. And it just keeps us, reminded, that our big bro Phineas is over there in captivity, sleeping though. I'm sure he's sleeping. Because because it is believed that a dragon may sleep more than 2/3 of its life. But what happened though? Let's back it up. Phineas, who had been living in a small concrete pit for over 70 years, was in bad repair. In 1972, the newly formed World Dragon Fund used Phineas as their poster dragon to raise funds for the protection of dragons. So it wasn't just Phineas, it was dragons. And now you got all these national preserves that are just dragon captivities. So they're really raising money to put all dragons in captivity. So then 1978, the new dragon enclosure. So they got a new captivity built for Phineas in 1978. His health and attendance at the park improved. Also, more people came. They're just pimping him out, right? Today, Phineas is the only great dragon alive in captivity in America. After our visit, Conseil and I departed New York for our first destination on our journey of the world's great dragons, Bar Harbor, Maine. So that's the spot that's still popping. You notice how all the stuff in red ain't really popping no more, according to this mapping, this map key, where it says historical range and present range. But the purple is the present range, and this is where you see Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor. And that's where it's still popping off. Bar Harbor, Maine. This is home to the Acadia Green or Acadian National Dragon Preserve, a large stretch of coastal land protected for the Acadian dragon. So next time you driving, next time you dipping up along the coast, you see all these national reserves, know that this is the habitat of the Acadian or the Akkadian or the Akkad green dragon. Not Mesopotamia, Mesoamerica. National Dragon Preserve, Acadian green dragon. To use its nesting grounds from New York City, we traveled to Boston, then to Mount Desert Island, where we still spend a couple of weeks traveling with Captain Avery Winslow of the sloop Wind Dragon. He will be our guide while we study and draw the dragons of this region. Do you think this nigga's playing around with you, man? We're just talking the Wind Dragon. Our home for the Acadian expedition was a one-mast sailboat, the Wind Dragon. This 19th century sloop allowed us to navigate around the archipelago of Acadian National Dragon Preserve to observe and draw the dragons that live there. You think this nigga playing with you, man? Acadian National Dragon Preserve. Now, what are we talking about with this World Dragon Fund? 1972, the newly formed World Dragon Fund used Phineas as their poster dragon. So was there a Dragon Fund set up in 1972? And if you got that previous clip, that's what we showed. And let's pull this piece up again. Yeah, man. I mean, now you go try to check in on Phineas. You go try to hit up Fort Tryon. You're going to see a whole nother breed of characters, man. You might see CJ Battle. I mean, hey, we've been getting linky for a minute. Fort Tryon Park, NYC, right? Come on, man. This is what they're doing to Phineas now, man. It's disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful, man. We're just talking about the Templeton Dragon Fund, my knock. All this is just popping off, man. We're just talking about see, one of these pages has this Golden Dragon Index, man. I mean, yeah, this requires a whole nother separate, drop. when we dig on the Templeton Dragon Fund, because you're going to see a lot of things start to be real connected, man. And, it's going to list all the major stockholders, all the information. They dealing with billions, man. All right. Hold up, man. Let's just go to the index part. I was going through this quickly last time. Stumbling on this part that said Golden Dragon Index, man. There we go right there. The MSCI Golden Dragon Index, my naga. Hey, I mean, even in that movie or that TV show, The Witcher, it says the most rare dragon is the gold dragon. And the black one's also very rare too, right? So look, there's an MSCI Golden Dragon Index. You look it up, tell me where that's taking you. I'm sure they're going to cover a lot of tracks, but we're just talking about the Dragon Fund, right? The Dragon Fund, And this is what we're doing. I mean, so we correlated not just this Smithsonian burning down 1865, or excuse me, this P.T. Barnum Museum burning down, but also the World Dragon Fund. There's a World Dragon Fund. There's a Templeton Dragon Fund. So you see who's behind these dragon enclosures that's being connected with this MSCI Golden Dragon Index. And my naga, man, this ain't no play, man. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the links, man. And dig on, you can dig as far as you need to dig. They're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars, man. Look at China and their whole dragon situation. China know exactly what we're talking about. China's all in this situation, right? So this ain't no America thing. The U.S. is here, but China's been here, man, with this particular fund. This is a global effort to keep these dragons at bay, to keep them asleep. We ain't dealing with no chump change. We ain't dealing with no chump change. You see, my naga, we ain't dealing with no chump change. It costs a lot to keep these dragons, asleep, tame, whatever they doing to them, whatever spells they putting on the Drakans. It costs a lot, man. This ain't no chump change. So, you got a whole list of shareholders, right? And let you know how long they've been rocking on this independent board situation. These are the board members, right? So some been rocking since 94, 2008, 16. How much do you think they know about the purpose of these dragon prisons, that they're funding? Yeah, I mean, you got the links, take your time with it, but my naga, are we talking chump change? Whoa. Whoa. I bet he know. Oh yeah, they know. They know. All right. So you got it. You got it. You got it. You tell me if it's play. They talking Dragon Fund. 1972, the newly formed World Dragon Fund, right? The Golden Dragon Indexes. So it's not just an American thing. It's the World Dragon Fund, my naga. Use Phineas as their poster dragon to raise funds for the protection of dragons. 1978, a new dragon enclosure was built for Phineas. Now they said somewhere about it being a Victorian-style dragon house. A beautiful Victorian dragon house was built for Phineas, and he quickly became the central attraction. What does a Victorian dragon house look like? Can y'all just let me know, man? Y'all let me know what a beautiful Victorian dragon house looks like, man. They gave him plenty of space, so, it's kind of like a Martha Stewart situation. She in jail, but not really, you know what I mean? And that fire, man, we already know what set that fire ablaze, man. You don't put dragons in a museum. They try to say that 2 whales were boiled alive. When's the last time you seen whales in a building in a museum? How do you put whales in a museum? Whales in a building in New York City? Yeah, we're talking baby dragons, man. So it's all happening. Step by step, we're starting to see clear. We start to connect this Levi, this whale. Let's get this one here. This Moby Dick, Mocha Dick. This great white dragon. So is there a great white dragon? A great white dragon called Mocha Dick? Now I wanna we're talking about that oil, that flammable vitriol, right? Remember the vitriol that they say that they are extracting in the Age of Dragons. The 7 strong crew ostensibly seeks to press its vitriol, a highly explosive liquid substance. Okay. Powers the realm they live in. Okay. The reality. And let's go back to this Mocha. In Reynolds' account, Mocha Dick was killed 1838. So we got a white dragon that was literally slayed in 1838. He didn't just die, he was killed in 1838 after he appeared to come to the aid of a distraught cow. He died trying to save a cow, my nigga, whose calf had just been slain by the whalers. Now, did he come to the aid of a distraught cow, or did he come to the aid of a distraught baby dragon? Because these are not just whalers, right? These are dragon hunters. You've seen that show on Netflix called Drifting Dragons, all about, getting the dragon oil and slaying the dragon and all that. So go check that out. Drifting Dragons, Netflix. But this white dragon, Mocha, a white dragon named Mocha, killed in 1838, trying to come to the aid of a cow who's a baby cow. This Leviathan-style white dragon was trying to save a baby calf, man. His body was 70 feet long. Stop. 70 feet. Who else is 70 feet? Oh yeah, Phineas gets up to 75 feet. Right. Coincidence? Is it a coincidence that Phineas is also 70 feet? Now let's go. I'm just keeping you sharp. Loud wild. Let's go, man. We're going to have a beautiful dismount. Let's get it right here. His body was 70 feet long, yielded 100 barrels of oil. Vitriol, right? Along with some ambergris. And we're going to dig on this ambergris, a substance used in the making of perfumes and at times worth more per ounce than gold. He also had 19 harpoons in his body. They hit Mocha with 19 harpoons in 1838. So they got over 100 barrels of this vitriol, along with some ambergris, right? Ambergris. Like that sounds like grease. Ambergris or gray amber is a solid, waxy, flammable substance. Flammable, 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 flammable. What did it say when it came to the vitriol? Precious vitriol, a highly explosive liquid substance. Come on, man. We're just surfing the way. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for being here, man. Just, rocking the drop, man. You know, it's it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Because we here and we digging on it. And we've already done, miles and miles of road work to get here. So I appreciate everybody for everything you've had to do and accomplish and overcome to get here. Ahab, to all the prisoners behind the wall, all our brothers and sisters in captivity. And you already know, man. Free Phoenix. Let the flutes play, man. Let the flutes play for the dismount, man. And we're also going to get some great comments on the way out of here. And some of y'all brought up this green Power Ranger. I've been digging on the Power Rangers. Well, the Droplet's been watching this Power Ranger movie. And apparently the green Power Ranger, got that dragon frequency all the way. This is the year of the green dragon, my niggas. So, yeah, look into that green Power Ranger. I think we put up something on that. Something else to think about is when you talk green, think about these colors, right? That's the combination of what blue and gold, right? Or blue and yellow, blue and gold. You get this green, they get this turquoise like copper, You can see the copper all throughout, So, blue, yellow, blue, gold. How does all this correlate to, this frequency we're talking, man? Fort Tryon. We got some great dismount on the way out of here about Fort Tryon. We got some mind blasting stuff and one final connection for you there as well, man. So, and we will be doing a connection also with Jonah and the Dragon. So that's, I'm just letting you know what this dismount's about to be. Get cozy, man. Let the flutes play. Let's get it. Ambergris, right? Is that what they say? We're talking about a highly flammable substance. A highly flammable substance. All right, precious vitriol. A highly flammable substance, right? A highly explosive liquid substance found inside the fire-breathing winged creature. So, tell me something. Where it says that this white dragon Mocha, his body yielded 100 barrels of oil. So maybe that's something separate. Maybe there's dragon oil, and then there's the vitriol, also known as ambergris. Or is the vitriol the oil? You know, we're searching. Flammable substance of a dull gray, blackish color produced in the digestive system of sperm whales. We know we're talking Leviathans. A Leviathan, a Mocha. Freshly produced ambergris has a marine fecal odor, and it acquires a sweet earthly scent as it ages. So it ages like fine wine, man. Let's see. A couple documents that we can dig on in terms of ambergris. Pull them up. Dodge your own hijack. Okay. As early as the year 1000 BC, ambergris was known and appreciated in Africa as an elite trade item. So if they're trading ambergris, so you got to put it together. See, we just put all this together with this being this dragon oil or vitriol. They're just want, to the common person they just want to commonly connect it with a sperm whale, right? Ambergris is more connected with this dragon oil vitriol. So we can connect it and say, oh, it's appreciated in Africa, as an elite trade item, Well, where were they getting it from? Where they find Mocha again? Near Chile, the Mocha Islands. So they got this dragon oil from America, and then they appreciated it in the trade, the elite trade throughout Africa. Sounds like a more on more situation to me. Who's hunting our dragons for real, for real? Now check it here. It says the Chinese also knew it as the scent of dragon drool. Body bag for the illusion. Yeah, see, they just told us it's a whale, and now we got the dragon. Whale, dragon. Whale, dragon. Leviathan, right? Well, I never heard a whale described as a crooked serpent or a twisting dragon in Isaiah. Job 41. Can thou draw a hook? Draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord, which thou lettest down, man. Can you control this dragon, man? I think I'm the only one that can control this dragon, is what Hawaii is saying. This is my dragon. Imagine having a big pit bull that only you can control, right? Remember, the dragons were at our weddings. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all this drop is connected. Cavern of Dragons. For in fact, the princes, the Khans of the Indians, the Amaru Khans, are accustomed to having dragons at weddings and at other banquets of theirs. So not just weddings, but we're talking all these sacred places, right? All the sacred spots. That's why you got a dragon in the Garden of Eden. or that became, right? He was cursed to now have to go on the belly for tricking Eve. But first, you got to realize that he was in the Garden of Eden. And before he was on his belly, what was this serpent doing? Was it a walking snake, a jumping snake, a flying snake? I mean, now he's on the belly though, right? What was he doing before he was cursed? What kind of serpent was he? Oh, he's in the garden, right? And without dragons, they do not consider the banquet to be complete. Without your Drakans, it ain't even happening, man. And now they're hunting them down. They're getting the vitriol, or the ambergris, which the Chinese call dragon's drool, which is supposed to come from dragons sleeping on rocks and drooling in the ocean. Oh no, boss, we're talking about the common sperm whale. Well, we're just talking Leviathan. Dragons drool ambergris. Dragon ambergris. Dragon ambergris. The 7-strong crew ostensibly seeks to press its vitriol, a highly explosive liquid substance found inside the fire-breathing dragons. Vitriol. They killed Mocha, got 100 barrels of oil along with some ambergris, which is a substance used in making perfumes. We dug on ambergris, and it's a flammable substance, like vitriol. Right. Dragon drool, or are we just talking dragon spittle? First it has an odor, right? But then it becomes the most beautiful smelling scent they've ever smelled. Natural wonders. Mesmerizing as ambergris. Come on, man. During the early stages of research in my forthcoming novel, The Last Romanov, I came across a few fascinating natural wonders, but none of them as mesmerizing as ambergris and its origin. Ambergris is a fatty substance sperm whales expel, or dragons, when they suffer indigestion caused by hard-beaked squids that can be abrasive to the intestines. So now they know exactly what's going on at the whales, man. Oh, but it stinks when it's first expelled. Ambergris is like fine wine, certain Isfahan carpets and rare breed of men and women who have a good fortune to age well once, just by consuming the dragon, right? Because in Ethiopia and the Moors, or the Ethiopians in Western Europe are eating the dragon, God. So they're getting, good fortune against accidents of old age, or they age well. Once an excreted chunk of ambergris has had a chance to float in the seas and oceans and be cured by air, sun, and salt water, its black color changes to a rich, variegated gray, and the foul smell to a tantalizing aroma that has encouraged many a myth. So they want to set this up with myth, right? Just to try to put that in that part of your brain. Nah, man, dodge your own hijack. It's not a myth. It's not a myth. It's not a myth. It's a tantalizing aroma. This is what they're hunting. They're getting not just for the smell, but, this is all part of the trade. Again, look at that drifting dragons, because they got a whole trade popping off with all the different parts and elements of these dragons that they're selling. The longer ambergris has a chance to age during its long journey across the seas, the more valuable it becomes. The Chinese call it dragon spittle fragrance. Fragrance. Evoking images of perfumed dragons guarding troves of jewels. So these dragons smell bad or good. Because even if the dragon spit smells good, if the dragon spittle smells good, then come on. Throughout history, all the way back to ancient Egypt, ambergris has been used to cure anything from simple headaches to hysteria to impotence. So it's not just a sweet smelling fragrance. It cures headaches, hysteria, and impotence. And I use it in my novel. All right. Although no longer now, this is supposed to be illegal now, because they say, oh well, we don't want to popularize the whale hunting and these poor whales, but really it's just in the black market, my knock. It's just in the black market. It's found on gray rock-like lumps washed up on tropical seashores although no longer consumed for medical purpose or as a spice as it once was in ancient Egypt and in the East, or carried around to ward off the plague. Come on, man. This dragon grease can ward off the plagues and other contagious diseases. So maybe we need some ambergris for this COVID-19. I don't know. Contagious diseases, right? Mask on, ambergris. Let's go. And it was during the Black Death. Uh-oh. Got him. Whoa. So they didn't want to smell good. They didn't care about that. They weren't taking no baths. They just wanted ambergris so that they can do what? Ward off the plague and all their other disease. Similar to the sinus phylis, the guaiacum. The guaiacum supposed to cure their dog-headedness without all the pain that mercury would bring them, because this Black Death was popping off heavy. They weren't living past 30, and they needed to wear it off, ward off this plague with this dragon oil, ambergris, and then they use it as a flammable, whatever. A vitriol. There was so many purposes that they can use, medical purposes, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Black Death is what they running from. So to hunt the dragon gave them life. To slay the dragon gave them life, man. It all started. It all started with this. To slay the dragon gave them more life. To slay the dragon gives them life today. George Floyd, right? It's the image, my niggas. It's the ritual, my niggas. It's letting you know, man, this is what's happening right in your face bone. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Now we're going to get a piece of this, or at least the intro of the intro into this Melville Moby Dick scenario. Here's an article from the New York Times. Melvin's well was a warning we failed to heed. It says Mocha Dick was the inspiration for the Moby Dick. You go again with this white dragon, white as wool. For his haunt near Mocha, island off the coast of Chile, Mocha Dick. It's unknown what led Melville to tweak Mocha to Moby. Good thing he did, and that Starbuck was a name he gave his first mate rather than his captain. Otherwise, the novel would follow Starbuck's obsession with the Mocha. Oh man, okay. Interesting, though. Interesting, though. Starbuck is the name of his first mate. And we got this Mocha. Anything to do with like, drinking the dragon, man. You know what I mean? You know how these sick people think, man. So that's kind of interesting. He initially planned a book about whales and whaling. Reynolds helped supply Melville with a more Stygian idea. Stygian is like Egypt, Stygia. Remember the Hyborian war map, Stygia? By exhorting his men to attack Mocha as though he were Beelzebub himself, as though he were Satan himself, a demon rather than a whale. Sometimes referred to as Satan, right? You're just talking Leviathan, right? Well, I said you're just talking Leviathan, right? Levi. Yeah, man. Attack him as a demon, right? Well, attack him as a demon. What does it say again in etymology? Leviathan, right? Whale, the sea monster, whale, sometimes regarded as Satan, whale. We know we're just talking about a dragon, but now we're just calling him Satan. Demon, rather than a whale. That's how they're attacking Mocha, the dragon, Leviathan. Whale, sometimes called the demon, Satan. Whale. Yeah, Moby Dick is neither a whale nor a demon, but a white prop contrasting with the demonic captain Ahab. Well, he's not a whale and he's not a demon. So they're right about that. The tormented tormentor, the malignant. Now, who's hunting him, right? This brother, right? Danny Glover, right? More on more, letting you know what's popping off. Letting us know what's popping off. Get the drop. So, this is kind of a big deal, this Mocha situation. I'm going to get this little piece and then we're going to move on to Jonah for the dismount here. Maybe get some Power Rangers drop. And then have a nice little dragon murder case, man. And where's my Mocha? Oh, by the way, here's another link that the sister Larissa had dropped years ago that you can also recon the Frank Templeton investment, specifically the Templeton Dragon Fund. So, you know what I'm saying? We have plenty of leadway here into what's happening with this Dragon Fund. It's traded today as a TDF in the stock exchange, my noggin. Templeton Dragon Fund. What's it trading right now? This is July, what? 10th? Come on, man. You think it's play? Oh, stocks are up. Hey, if you're going to invest in something, I'm not a guru in the market, but you might want to check in the Templeton Dragon Fund. I don't think that's going to go down. I think that's all happening, man. Thank me later, man. And again, when you talk Leviathan, this is Psalm 75, or excuse me, Psalm 74. Yet Hawa is my king of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou did break the sea in pieces by thy strength. Thou did shatter the heads of the sea monsters in the water. Thou did crush the heads of Leviathan. Again, a reflection back in or this Revelation situation. You got this multi-headed, seven-headed dragon, right? This red dragon, 7 heads. Again, Leviathan also has multiple heads. And there's a similar war going down between Michael and Leviathan, as with Michael and this red dragon. And what's this order of St. Michael slaying the dragon all about again? But check it. Thou did crush the heads of Leviathan. Thou gave him to be food to the folk inhabiting the wilderness, Managa. So when we talked about what is manna, manna is Leviathan. Manna is Leviathan meat. Manna is Leviathan food. And where do we see this again? Love to Aqua Larissa, who dropped all this drop years ago. I'm just bringing it back out for you, man. Sacred text. On the 5th day, the Creator took fire and water, and out of these two elements, he made the fish of the sea, right? The fish. We're going to get these fish. What does it mean? The animals in the water are much more numerous than those on land. For every species on land, excepting only the weasel, there's a corresponding species in the water, and besides, there are many found only in the water. The ruler over all the sea animals is Leviathan, Mocha, right? With all the other fish, he was made in the 5th day, so he is a fish. Leviathan is a fish or a dragon, but he's also being called a fish, Khan. Remember Jonah and the whale, right? We're going to just talk about this giant fish in a second, right? Because anytime, they start talking Jonah, Jonah 2, Jonah prayed. This is Jonah 2, verse 1. Then Jonah prayed to Hawa, his power, from the stomach of the fish, right? So the whale is now just being called a fish or a dag, like a dagon, like a dogon. Uh-oh. Let's go. It's going to be one of the best dismounts of all time, man. I tell you that all the time, but I mean it. All right, we're just talking a fish or a whale, right? All right. So the ruler over these fish or whales or dragons of the sea is Leviathan. Originally, he was created male and female, right? So you had 2 of these same particular Leviathans. But it appeared that a pair of these monsters or these dragons might annihilate the whole earth. So did Leviathan sink Atlantis? I think that's easy work. I think that's easy work for Leviathan because a pair, 2 Leviathans would annihilate the whole earth. So I think one Leviathan can easily annihilate Atlantis, especially since some say Job is the oldest book of the Bible, right? The whole earth with their united strength. Hawa killed the female. So enormous is Leviathan that it quenched his thirst. To quench his thirst, he needs all the water that flows from the Jordan into the sea. You ever see those beaches? Suddenly they got no water. You're like, oh, what happened to all the water on this beach? Yeah. To quench his thirst, he needs all the water. The water. His food consists of fish, which goes between his jaws on their own accord. He ain't even got to hunt. They just go right in between his teeth, his jaws. When he's hungry, a hot breath blows from his nostrils, and it makes the water of the great sea seething hot. Oh, if that water gets hot right quick, watch out. Formidable though Behemoth, the other monster or dragon, he feels insecure until he It's certain Leviathan has satisfied his thirst. The only thing you can keep him in check is the stickleback. So the creator created this little bitty thing called a stickleback, a little fish which is created for the purpose. So this is how Hawa trains Leviathan. You know what I'm saying? He sends a little stickleback, and of which he stands in great awe. Leviathan is in great awe of this little bitty stickleback fish, man. But Leviathan is more than merely large and strong. He is wonderfully made. Besides, his fins radiate brilliant light. So this ain't no ordinary fish or whale. This is a light radiating dragon. And he has fins and he has scales. But because they will return, we're going to get here, but the angels charge with swords, but in vain for his scales, right? He's a dragon. He has scales. So he's also clear on the Levitical law, the Levitical diet, that you can only eat fish with fins and scales, right? Leviathan has fins and scales. His fins radiate a brilliant light. The very sun is obscured by it. And also his eyes shed such splendor frequently. The sea is illuminated suddenly by it. So he got these fiery eyes. Just like a dragon is the one with the fiery glance. That's what dragons do. Fiery eyes, fiery glance. Oh, we talking Leviathan? Well, let's just talk dragon for a second, man, in etymology. Let's just talk Drakan. Etymology, oh, there we go. The giant sea fish, right? Now we're talking a fish. We're going to see how important that is to connect with dragon. That dragon connects with fish or whale. Whale or to see clearly. So when you start having that 360 dragonfly perspective, you start to see clearly. To see, I have seen. To see clearly, Manak. It's also connected with light, right? Or fire. Perhaps in a literal sense, the one with the deadly glance, right? So Leviathan got a deadly glance, Manak. What does it say? His fins radiate brilliant light, the sun is obscured by it, and his eyes shed such splendor that frequently the sea is illuminated suddenly by it. We're going to see how important his glance is when Michael and them try to roll up on Leviathan. No matter what, this marvelous beast is the plaything of God. Hawa. This is Hawa's play dragon. We just got that we play with our dragons, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, man, but we get down with our dragons, you know what I'm saying? Okay, where we at up here? And when the men play with them admirably by leading them here and there by the head and the tail, the dragons are like dogs, right? We play with our dragons, right? We lead them here and there, head and tail. This is what Hawa's, talking about in Job 40, all throughout Job. Can you put a hook? You know what I'm saying? Can you play with him? Can you bring him up? Is he going to play with you, man? This is my dragon. I play with him. I play with my dragon. This is the plaything, right? The plaything of Hawa. So how does the plaything of Hawa turn into Satan? Especially we're just talking about the one with the deadly glance, right? How does the one with the deadly glance, the fiery eyes, the plaything of Hawa, how in the world can you please explain to me how this turns into a form of Satan hijack city? We just talking about the what? The plaything of Hawa. How does that turn into a form of Satan? That's called hijack 101. You don't go from being the plaything of the creator to Satan, man. But Satan just means adversary, fierce or violent, right? So anybody fierce or violent towards the hijack, they're going to call a demon. They're going to call Satan. And Leviathan is definitely fierce or violent towards the hijack. So yeah, we got this before, man. I mean, the real purpose of Leviathan is to be served up as a dainty to the pious in the world to come. The real purpose of Leviathan, as crazy as it sounds, is for food, right? Leviathan is to be served up. Now, this particular food got, brilliant light, right? Brilliant energy, or else Hawaii wouldn't be hooking you up. And it has fins and scales. The male is destined to offer a delectable sight to all beholders before he is consumed. We're in the wilderness. This is the manna. This is the white, flaky manna that's being rained down. Leviathan meat is what the tribe was eating in the wilderness. Hawa will summon his angels to enter into combat with Leviathan, but no sooner will Leviathan cast his glance at them, and they will flee in fear. Oh, this is a different story of Michael and the angels, right? Because in Revelations, he came and he slayed the dragon. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, nah, man, we're just talking about the one with the deadly glance, right? We're just talking about the great whale. Nah, man, we're just talking about the dragon. Yeah, we're talking the dragon, which means we're talking the one with the deadly glance. And Leviathan used his glance, right? He used that deadly glance as soon as these angels tried to buck up. But no sooner will Leviathan cast his glance, his deadly glance at them, and they fled in fear and dismay. They left the field of battle. But these angels, right? Because Hawa summoned his angels, Michael and them, they return with swords, but in vain, for his scales can turn back still like straw. They will be equally unsuccessful when they attempt to kill him by throwing darts and slinging stones. Such missiles will rebound, so they couldn't even shoot their way out of this thing. So the question arose, is the firmament made out of Leviathan scales, my lord? Is this why their missiles just rebound off the firmament, leaving the least impression on his body? Disheartened, because if Leviathan is used as food, is he also used as protection like the firmament, right? Disheartened, Michael and the angels, right, will give up combat. So all this combat with the angel and Revelations is a duplicate, a false reflection of Leviathan whooping up on these angels. The angels gave up in the sacred text, and Hawa commanded Leviathan and Behemoth to slug it out, to have a what? Duel with each other. This is what's going down. The issue would be that both would drop dead. Behemoth slaughtered by a blow of Leviathan's fins, and Leviathan killed by a lash of Behemoth's tail. How does this connect with that Mud Fossil University drop? From the skin of Leviathan, Hawa will construct tents. Isaiah 40, I'm going to spread out the heavens like a tent to live in, right? Firmament, skin of Leviathan. Firmament, skin of Leviathan. Hawa constructed tents to shelter companies of the righteous, the pious, while they enjoy the dishes made of his flesh. Psalm 74. Thou did crush the head of Leviathan, gave him to be food for the folk inhabiting the wilderness. So the manna is the Leviathan flesh, the food, the electricity, the light, the energy that's been stored up for the righteous. Dishes made of his flesh. The amount assigned to each of the righteous will be in proportion to his deserts or his lots, and none will envy or begrudge the other for his better share. What is left of Leviathan's skin will be stretched out over Jerusalem as a canopy, firmament. Come on, man. His scales are turning back still like straw. Such missiles rebound without leaving the least impression, man. Firmament, Operation Fishbowl. Let's go. Leviathan's skin stretched out over Jerusalem as a canopy. So we know Leviathan is food for the righteous in the wilderness. What does it say in Isaiah chapter 40? We're talking canopies, we're talking tents, and we're making a great dismount, man. Ahab to the real ones, man. Shabata up. It's an honor to surf the wave with you every single minute, every single moment, man. We already tribed up. The energy is real. The tribe is real. The vibe is real. Allah, our creator, exists. Oh, yeah, we're talking the foundations of the earth, right? It is he that sits above the circle, not the ball, the circle of the earth. And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers that stretched out the heavens as a curtain. Other translations say canopy or tent. He spreads them out as a tent to dwell in. So Hawa stretches out the heavens as a curtain and spreads them out as a tent to dwell in. A tent to dwell in. Leviathan's skin will be stretched out over Jerusalem as a tent, as a canopy to keep the righteous secure. And the light streaming from it will illuminate the whole world. Wasn't there light before the sun in the order of creation? Let there be light came before the sun. Khan. And what is left out of his flesh after the pious have appeased their appetite will be distributed to the rest of men to carry on traffic therein. So, yeah, everybody get to eat, but first the righteous get to eat, and Leviathan's skin is stretched out as a canopy or as a tent to dwell in. So we got Leviathan food. We got a canopy. We got the tent. We got the protection. Jonah and the dragon. For the dismount, let's get it. So the word of Hawa came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it because its wickedness has come before me. But Jonah ran away from Hawa and headed to Tarshish. He went down to Joppa where he found a ship bound for that port. This Tarshish came up in our investigation, did it not? And so did this Joppa, did it not? Ain't the Joppa jumping around in the Press of John investigation is Tarshish? Okay, let's go. Let's go before you start popping it off, man. Where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying for the fare, he went aboard and sailed to Tarshish to flee from Hawa. So he's running. And Hawa sent a great wind on the sea, and such a violent storm arose, and the ship threatened to break up, and all the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to his own God. And they threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone below the deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he would take notice of us, and we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Come, let us cast lots to find out who's responsible for this calamity." They cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. So they asked him, "Tell us who's responsible for making all this trouble for us. What did you do? Where do you come from?" They don't even know, huh? They don't know nothing about this Naga. Where's your country? From what people are you? From what people are you? He answered, "I am a Hebrew. I worship Hawa, the power of heaven, who made the sea and land." This terrified them, and they asked, "What have you done?" They knew he was running away from Hawa because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he replied, "and it became calm. I know, and it will become calm. I know this is my fault, and that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried to Hawa, "Hawa, please do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man. For you, Hawa, have done as you please." Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard. So they just threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. And the men greatly feared Hawa, and they offered a sacrifice to Hawa and made vows to Hawa. But Hawa provided a great fish. Hawa provided a great fish to swallow Jonah. Fish, right? And Jonah was inside the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Almost sounds like a resurrection story, right? 3 days he was dead in the dragon, or the great fish. The great fish, huh? Dragon, serpent, giant, sea, fish. Great fish, right? Great fish, right? Great fish, right? Or we just talking the whale? Uh-oh, boss, let's get it for the dismount. Great fish. So Hawa provided a great fish to swallow Jonah. So let's pick it up from right here. We pull up this lexicon just on chapter 2, verse 1. Then Jonah prayed to Hawa his power from the stomach of the fish. So we, just clicking on this Strong's Concordance situation. We got a fish, right? 1710. Strong's Concordance. What they gonna give us though? What they gonna give us though? All right. A daga. I said, don't this doggone it, kind of sound like Dogon? And we got this fish tribe, right? A daga, a fish. Image of a fish forbidden in worship. Fish. Let's check out this BLB. All right, we got the lexicon up. We're in Jonah chapter 1. Same thing. Now, Hawaii had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. Got you. Clicking on that lexicon, we see fish here. Now, instead of 1710, they give us 1709. Let's check it out. Now, here's where it gets fun, my niggas. Here's where it gets fun dealing on this fish situation, because you got the same thing. Dog, what's up, dog? What up, dog? DAWG, right? Nehemiah 13:16, H 17:11. So this is 1709, 1710, and a 1711. A fish has prolific, or perhaps rather H 1672. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So when you click on this dog, 1709, dag, dog, dog, it says, or perhaps from H 1672. Still better, H 1672, the sense of squirming. So they're just saying that they're getting it from this action of squirming. That's where they're translating fish from. And dog, they're getting from squirming, my nugget. A sea serpent, right? Squirming. Moving by the vibratory action of the tail. So anything that's moving by the vibratory action of the tail, they're calling a dog or a fish. Doggone it. Well, I'll be doggone. My noggin. That's why we're talking giant sea fish. Because we're talking about this squirming or this twisting of Leviathan or Mocha. Because they called him a crooked serpent, right? Talking about the squirming or winding or turning or twisting, or the lawa, the bending, twisting, squirming, the crooked serpent. No, Christian. The bending serpent, the twisting serpent, the vibratory action of the tail, the squirming. So their whole drop on fish has everything to do with the actual action, the vibration of the tail. Remember star with a tail, dragon, star with a tail, vibratory action. It's all about the vibe. You over here for the information. We're just moving along with the vibratory action, my knock. And that's what the fish is all about. Just the vibratory action is where they're getting the dog, dag. Same thing, right? So now Hawaii had prepared a great vibratory action to swallow up Jonah. Now Hawaii had prepared a great vibratory action to swallow up Jonah. 3 days, right? He was resurrected in 3 days. Vibratory action, a Drakan swallowed. Now check this out. This is just, this is a victory lap. This is a victory lap. Natural by law said we already won, man. Now we're just playing now. This is just fun at this point. Yeah, go look at this novel by M.E. Holy, Jonah and the Last Great Dragon. Squirming, vibratory action. Jonah gets swallowed by the dragon. Now we're talking about the Welsh dragon, huh? Gotcha. Let's go. And we know they're hunting the dragons, right? Because they want that vitriol. Okay. And we'll come back and, do more of a, you know, intensive search, man, on this fire. And a lot of y'all brought up different fires in the comments. That the Chicago fire is another one that could easily have been caused by dragons. A lot of these huge fires, you can connect it. 2 captive whales boiled to death. Gotcha. Gotcha. The many fires that plague P.T. Barnum. Got you. Cursed history, right? Because you got dragons, you got Phineas in captivity. What's going on with New York City? They got Phineas in captivity. That's a problem, New York City. That's a problem. That's why all these movies are showing New York getting, all this, plague, right? All this plague is popping off in NYC. We got to start paying attention in real time, man. And as promised, let's get a few comments on the way out the door. Shalom to the real ones. I always appreciate you, man. Love to Philip Parham. Love to Miriam. Sister Miriam says, wow, bro, just wow. We're just talking that Phineas drop. Love to know Nori. Always dropping drop. Halal Wah. Solely Light. Major Kennedy, what it do? Halal Wah. Free Phineas. So, that's all we talking about. Rainbow Dragon Rising. Rise of the Knock. It's a wow, man. That covenant. Peculiar joy. Much Ahab Khan. Aki. We need our Drakans, man. In a real way. Love to Sandra Powell. Love it, love it, love it. Free Phineas. Jimmy Johnson said, could it be that Phineas' freedom would trigger other dragons to come out of seclusion and also trigger to start the rebirth of our freedom through Hawa's mercy and grace? Well, what's that 2024 year of the Green Dragon about? What's that Great American Eclipse about? Y'all should watch The Last Dragon. Fam, that's all we do is watch The Last Dragon. Man. Did it die or is it in the ocean? We're talking about the other dragon, Phineas's folks, man, that was sold to the London Zoo. Was he, did he die, or, is he in the ocean, man? I mean, the sisters digging on that. Shannon, Salah, Ahab, Henry Copeland, Dragon Wars, what it do? 360 Freedom. We got lizards, all types, kimono dragons. Yeah, I mean, look, there's all kind of evidence of these flying dragons, even in these little kimonos and things we see around. Drop Nation, Sherlock Holmes, what it do? Alex Haley, Heavyweight Baby, yeah, man, what it do? Cocoa Butterfly. It's so ironic. I read Revelations 3. Oh yeah, man, we just talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Deshaun Jackson, man, and tell Maxie Boy, man, fall back. Tell Max Kellerman, fall back. Derwin, what it do? DW, damn too hot, and that's why why the shit. Okay. Oh, that's why the shit pop. Body bag on the type setting in the hijack beer induced alcoholic brain. He slipped and did not proofread. Oh, wow. Hey, Darren's off the hook, man. Love to you, Darren. Hey, shout out to Mud Fossil, man, coming in here checking in on the Phineas drop. We just said, man, go check out Mud Fossil, man. With all that fluty stuff, I said, keep the recon going. All that fluty stuff is becoming clearer, man. Love to Mud Fossil. He said these dragons were very real. Well, they are real, Mud Fossil, and it's all happening. Love to BIHM. He said, Jonah and the Dragon? Khan, hey, hi, BIHM. Aster Rodriguez. Has anyone seen a video on YouTube of dragons sleeping inside the crevice here in the state? Nah, man, we got to dig on it, though. Danny Glover, yeah, that's who corrected me. I said, Morgan Freeman. Hey, man. Alex Castaneda. I missed this drops, man. Let's go, man. You got it, man. Jackie Anthony dropping more drop. With this discovery, it means North America was home to 2 types of dragon, the other being Quetzalcoatlus. Oh, man, I mean, we're talking about high-level recon coming out of the sister Jackie Anthony. We're going to dig on it, Jackie. We're going to dig on it. We're coming in hot. 2 types of dragons. We're coming in hot. B Mac, man, 9 Spiral, Free Phineas, man, what it do? Morpheus. I did some research on the Great Chicago Fire. That's what we're talking about. which occurred October 8th, 1871. I am convinced that a dragon went on a rampage, setting the city on fire. Morpheus, that's what's up, man. Magasaurus, hey, Big Stan Beats got the drop, man. I think we dropped something on the website about this Magasaurus too, man. Magasaurus, man. Hold up, man. Let's see what we got here, man. Sometimes you just gotta, surf the wave, hit up the drop, click the search box, and type in something crazy, man. Like Magasaurus. I don't know. I mean, y'all be dropping so much drop, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Big Stan Beats. Hey, man, then Big Stan is the one that dropped that comment, man. So love the Big Stan. We got him right here on the site already, man. I got you, Big Stan. We got you, Big Stan. Definition of MAGA, right? So you got Make America Great Again. You got that Trump shit, or we just talking to MAGA source. I mean, if you think it's play, you might need to go on a Magasaurus recon yourself and see what's going down. What's happening with the Magasaurus, man? Love the Big Stan Beast, man. What's really going on with the Magasaurus, man? You think it's play? You got a link right here. Told y'all, man, it's gonna be one of the dopest dismounts of all time, man. Who knew we'd be talking MAGA? Who knew we'd be talking Magasaurus? Who would have thought this, man? You can check out it, go to the site, check it out. Definition of MAGA: a member of the priestly caste among the Saurus of. Come on, man. Big Stan got the drop. Come on, man. Con up. Among the Saurus, all right? Saurus. Come on, man. Of India. The priestly caste. The priestly caste. Y'all go dig on it. We just talking MAGAs. And we talking Magasauruses, man. And, y'all keep the comments flowing. Keep the water flowing. Ahab to St. Jerome. Spitfire. Oh, he was the one talking about the Green Ranger, man. Love the Spitfire. Suzanne Taylor. Man, Northeast Native, Victory Always, Thomas Lewis, man, the Baron, Amaru, Phoenix. He said, go watch Fantastic Beats 2. The Circus Runners loses his whole circus tent to fire, like the P.T. Barnum. And the Green Dragon, Chinese Dragon, might I add, escapes, and also a girl that can turn into a snake. More reptile dragon imagery. This info hit. Thomas Lewis said if they lied about everything else, why wouldn't they lie about there being more than one dragon, especially if the new facility is protecting dragons? Man, y'all got the job, man. Victory Always says, I just read Nehemiah 2 for the first time and realized dude was on a green dragon. Nehemiah 2? Y'all go dig on Nehemiah 2 and let me know if you see a green dragon connection. Some translations try to change it to a donkey, but we see that they got fish to whales to dragons. So if a dragon could be a fish or a whale, then surely I guess a donkey could be a dragon too. But he clearly says beast, which was a green dragon. This brought me to a whole new level. Thanks, brother. Shalom and much favor. Free Phineas. That's what I'm talking about, Drop Nation. That's what we talking about, Drop Nation. Hey, man. Free Phineas, man. Free Phineas. We just been surfing the wave, man. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the bro said, you can have a good time and dig on this Power Ranger. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Ooh. And you're going to find some interesting stuff like this Dragon Shield business. All right. So immediately, you talking Power Rangers, you talking dragons. You talking the Dragon Shield. They're talking a little spoof on it. This iconic dragon shield, the awful dragon shield replica. So they're just going into, whether they liked the design of it or not. But yeah, you're talking Green Dragon, you're talking the Green Power Ranger, and you're talking the Dragon Shield. And for the dismount, man, as promised, we're going to do it like this for the dismount. Fort Tryon, right? Fort Tryon. Free Phineas, man. Phineas is in Fort Tryon, right? Let's get that again. Free Phineas, man. Free Phineas, man. That's right. It's popping off, man. 2024, year of the green dragon, year of the green tree dragon. Phineas, Fort Tryon Park Zoo in Upper Manhattan is home to Phineas, right? Fort Tryon Park Zoo. Okay. Yeah. Now this is just going to bake your noodle for the dismount. Something called the Dragon Murder Case. The Dragon Murder Case is a book published 1950 or 1934. A novel in the 30s. A series by S.S. Van Dyne about fictional detective Philo Vance. It was also adapted to a film version in 1934. A guest at the estate in northern Manhattan. Time out, man, right? We're in Manhattan. We're in Manhattan, man. Captivity, Phineas, Fort Tryon Park Zoo in Upper Manhattan is home to Phineas. Got it. Manhattan. So this whole thing takes place in Fort Tryon, specifically in Manhattan, in Inwood Hill Park. Dives into the swimming pool, disappears. His murder brings up references to a mythological dragon. What? His murder brings up references to a dragon, which is said to prey on the imprudent. So if you're not righteous, all right. But Philo, love the Templar dealing on this Philostrosius, this Philo, uses his knowledge of both dragons and criminals to demonstrate who done it. So he had to use dragon knowledge. Philo used dragon knowledge. The estate in the novel was based on Tryon Hall. So they're in Tryon in Manhattan dealing with the dragon. Now check this out for the dismount. Built in 1907 by C.K.G. Billings, a retired president of Chicago Coke and Gas Company. Is this play, man? 1917, he sold the mansion to John D. Rockefeller Jr. Wow. You didn't think this Rockefellers was behind this Fort Tryon Park? You didn't think the Rockefellers was behind this Dragon Captivity? Golden Dragon Index? TDR, Dragon Fund? Templeton? 1917, he sold the mansion to John Rockefeller. The mansion burned down in 1926. So not only did the museum burn down in 1865, but this mansion burned down in 1926. And Rockefeller developed the property and the others into Fort Tryon State or Park, which he then donated to New York City. Is that a fucking game? Or is this the history of Fort Tryon Park that they have to put into a murder, of a fictional murder mystery? Or was this a real thing that happened? Did somebody's death bring up references to a dragon? And this dude Philo used his dragon knowledge. And now this estate in Tryon Hall, built in 1907 by C.K.G. Billings, president of Chicago Coke and Gas Company, 1917, sells his mansion to Rockefeller. The mansion burns down in 1926, and Rockefeller develops Fort Tryon State Park, or Fort Tryon Park, which he donates it to the city of New York. And now this Fort Tryon Park donated is the home to Phineas the Dragon. Cancel and I made a stop to see the country's most famous dragon in captivity, Phineas. Fort Tryon State Park Zoo in Upper Manhattan is home to Phineas, a 140-year-old Acadian green dragon who's lived in New York for over a century. Phineas is the only great dragon alive in captivity in America. Alive. Wow. Free Phineas, man. Y'all keep surfing the wave and know that it's almost a year, man, right? It's almost a year of the green wood dragon. It's almost a year where everything is popping off, man, and connecting like it's never connected before. And it's just the year that Phineas is finally about to be popping off. All praise to Hawaii that we can come together and do the recon and seek out that which has been lost. The energy, the vibrational, the vibratory action is all Hawaii. All praise the Most High. Free Phoenix.